Welcome back, mybottleshop.com.
Hello, we're back again.
YouTube video review, Rock the Vikings, Sabre the Clabberin.
Hey guys.
What we're going to do today, something a little bit different. We've got 5 Australian gins under $100.
Wow.
So stay tuned. We're going to come back and go through these gins together, a bit of a tasting and a review.
Alright, see you soon.
Okay, so what we've done is we've organised today's gins in an order, I guess you might say, Seb.
That's right.
We've basically gone from the London Dry style gins right through to the a floral, maybe strange Australian green ant gin.
Yeah.
So we'll work through a way. And what I thought we'd do, Seb, is just, rather than get caught up in mixing their products with tonic water or whatever, I thought we'd just sip each of the spirits and taste the gin as it is, straight out of the bottle, and just give our viewers some notes on what the base spirit is like.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so tell us about this one, Seth, Archie Rose.
So Archie Rose, it's actually the first gin they ever created.
Right, they're a Sydney-based distillery.
They are.
So just literally up the road, we're in Marrickville.
Yep.
So over at Rosella, I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
So not far away, you can nearly throw a stone over.
In the inner west.
Inner west or inner east. All right.
Yeah, so you get in the nose, very, very florally. You know, I get a bit of, flowers. A little bit of citrus.
Yeah, I didn't get a big hit of juniper per se. You can tell there's juniper on the nose there. And it is a London Dry style, so you'd expect more juniper in the flavour, but I didn't get a big hit of juniper on that.
No, not at all. I guess this is more on the citrus side.
I get citrusy notes, bit of orange peel there.
Yeah, that's it. A bit of lime.
Yeah, a bit of lime. I think.
But not as intense with the juniper. You're right.
Just looking here on the notes, Sev, the signature dry gin from Archie Rose, accentuated by Australian botanicals. So you'll notice a lot of these gins here today, being Aussie gins, do have a lot of native ingredients, and we'll try and just run through what they are. This one's got blood lime, Dorigo pepper leaf.
Not sure what that is.
Right. Well, we know Dorigo's up in the mid-north coast of New South Wales. Right? Dorigo, lemon myrtle, of course, mate. Come on, lemon myrtle.
Yeah, we definitely can taste that.
River mint. And there you go, underpinned with juniper. So maybe not so heavy on the juniper. I get a little bit of a burn there, but for me,
I think it's very soft.
It's a little bit bland. I hate to say, I'm not getting much excitement in my mouth.
I mean, I read some notions before it was elegant, but I think it's more on the soft side and dies down after a while. So I wouldn't call that elegant.
Yeah, it's a bit bland. Now I don't know if this is going to stand up in your cocktails. Maybe okay in a martini. Wouldn't probably stand up in a Negroni. And maybe okay just whacked in with some tonic water.
That's it there.
Just
with the tonic water.
What's your feelings on that? And I suppose just the final notes on that one. A little bit of peppery, a little bit of spiciness to that one. But a little bit bland and flat for me.
I agree.
Right, next up. Well, believe it or not, Seb, this is another Sydney gin.
Yeah, you said stone throw before, but this is quite literally, I think you exaggerated a bit before, but this is quite literally.
We could literally throw a stone to Poor Tom's. We're here in Marrickville, and you won't be able to see it off shop, but just on the side there is an alleyway. Walk through the alleyway and you're at Poor Tom's down in Jolton Street, so you can throw a stone there. So this is another, I suppose you'd say, London Dry style. So I'm going to give you a bit in there.
Thank you.
And we're going to give this one a bit of a tasting here.
So this
it's batch number, nice batch numbered bottle.
Oh yeah, got a batch number.
It's got batch number 4.
Are they all like that? Do you know?
I believe so.
Okay.
Batch number 4 bottle numbers. That's pretty unique.
That is.
41.3% ABV.
Yeah. Now I think the thing with this, the Poor Tom's, part of the process is actually made with strawberry gum leaves. So you can probably smell it once you nose it, and you can actually taste it.
Oh wow!
They've got big strawberry notes in this one, and they actually got. It's not this one what we're trying today. They actually got their own strawberry gin.
Really, right?
Which I think,
yes, I do know that.
That accentuates all these strawberry notes. But just this is just the normal Sydney dry gin we're having. But you can smell that strawberry. The reason is because it is made with that strawberry gum leaf.
Yeah, and it's. I presume it's not strawberries, it's some sort of gum tree, right? That has a strawberry-like flavour over it.
That's it.
It says, interesting I note on here, it says the Sydney Dry Gin is handcrafted in small batches using Australian wheat spirit. So I didn't know that, so it's a wheat-based gin.
You can taste that definitely.
I think you can. You get, you know how you know that? It's got that smooth, real smooth base spirit in there.
That's right.
With fresh green apples, native strawberry gum, and chamomile. And I do believe that they have a bit of lemon myrtle in there. It'd be funny if we go through all these Australian gins and all lemon myrtle, right?
Wouldn't surprise me. But this is actually very tasty, just to drink by
really
itself.
is.
Honestly, I reckon I'd put a bit of few ice cubes in there. I'd put a bit more in my cup too,
100%.
and just sip at that all afternoon. It's lovely drink.
100%.
A bit of pepper on the finish as well. A bit more than the Archie Rose, I think.
A bit of pepper on that. Got a bit of spice there. Actually, yeah, that's right. More pronounced on me, just at the front of my tongue. I mean that sort of black pepper bite on the front of my tongue. Really quite lovely. I mean, we've got no ice here, but it's really quite lovely. They're saying the signature drink is basically Poor Tom's tonic served with fresh strawberries. So that sounds fantastic.
There you go. Might have to try this after we knock off today.
That's right, we should put strawberries and ice in that next time. Alright, next up we've got the beautiful blue bottle, the West Wind's the Sabre. I think this is a tribute to they say on here, the ocean breezes that carry the sailors across the west coast of Australia. So this is from Western Australia. It's a London Dry style, I guess as well. Let's say.
I have had this before, and it's pretty much Australia's. Where's it made? In Perth somewhere?
Yeah, that's right. Margaret River, I think.
Their answer to a London Dry gin. So.
Well, geez, doesn't that on the nose? It tastes a lot different. On the nose,
pretty powerful.
It noses a lot different. I'm saying on here the style is London Dry gin, with a citrus collision of native Australian botanicals. Really? Don't you love that?
Well, on the nose I don't get any botanicals. I just get that big juniper hit, like.
I can taste it. On the nose, I got that juniper hit straight up.
Big juniper hit. So that's pretty strong on the nose.
Ooh, yeah. Big juniper hit, lots of citrus, bit of legs there on the glass on that one. I didn't notice the legs so much on the other gins that we've tried. It's only 40% though. And it does say, guess what are the Australian ingredients? I'll give you a guess what one of them is.
Lemon myrtle.
Lemon myrtle. Correct the mundo. Lemon myrtle on wattle seed. There you go with, guess what, a fair dose of juniper.
Well, I can definitely taste it. I think what's interesting to point out in comparison to the last two we've tried is when the last two, the nose was very florally, very botanical, and then you got the juniper finish. Whereas this one, you get that juniper hit straight away, but then the aftertaste is more the florally and the botanicals and the lemon myrtle.
And the citrus.
It's kind of in reverse.
And the lemon myrtle. I get this lemon myrtle come through more on this one than the other two, to be honest. But you're dead right. Straight up juniper. A bit of a floral note following through, and then on the finish comes through the citrus, and that lemon myrtle. The lemon myrtle is really pronounced. I do think, and they actually say this on the, they say this on the back of the bottle, that it would stand up great in a Negroni. I think that's fair enough. Put some of the Negroni in there, or perhaps one of the other serving notes is just with like ginger ale or ginger beer, and just straight up with ice. And just a serving of lemon or garnish of lemon, and just get a nice big tall long glass full of ice. Nice hot Australian day.
Can't agree more with
That's
that.
going to go down deluxe.
Lovely.
Next up, now we're headed. So we've had New South Wales, Sydney, West Australia. Now we're headed off to South Australia.
Oh yeah, nice.
And we've got the Never Never Triple Juniper. Now, I suppose the first question, I'm going to pour some out of our little sample bottle here. The first question I've got for you, Seb, is why do they call it triple juniper?
Isn't one juniper enough, right? You think?
Right? You think so?
Well, there is a bit of a process of why it's called triple juniper. Basically, the juniper is macerated in the spirit for 24 hours before it's filtered out.
Right.
They take that out, then they add fresh juniper after that before it's distilled, so that's the second round of juniper.
Right.
And then in the vapor basket, towards the end, they put even more juniper in that. So
really?
I'm going to guess that this tastes a lot like juniper.
Well, I can tell you, I've just snuck in a bit of a taste there, and it's very, very strong in the juniper. Wow. I can barely... I mean, you notice that I can't pick up anything else. I'm just that massive juniper hit.
That's right.
And if you taste that, I think the thing about juniper that probably carries through great if you mix it with tonic is that sort of earthy note. When you have a lot of high juniper gin, it tends to have that sort of earthy taste.
That's right.
Which on its own is, well, you probably wouldn't sit there and sip a Juniper drink all day
Nah,
long. But,
not at all.
mate, whack that in with some Indian tonic water and some ice and garnish it with some grapefruit or whatever.
Yeah, that's
Wacko,
what you need, yeah.
wacko.
Yeah,
So,
this I think it needs to be in a cocktail of some sort.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you look probably again. This would be a great cocktail drink, like for a Negroni, it would hold up as well because of the juniper flavour.
Yeah.
Now these guys are based in McLaren Vale, so I suppose you'd say it's a winery area. And sort of the from what I've seen online, their cellar door is right in the heart of the wine region there, McLaren Vale, just south of Adelaide. And they do a lot of different products.
So most recently they released a limited edition Grenache version.
Yes,
so
Grenache
that
gin.
kind of explains probably why they got that.
Yeah, the triple juniper, the southern string.
Yeah.
They're doing all sorts of
they got so many,
spritzers and all sorts of different things with this heavy juniper base.
Yeah, right.
Mm.
Yeah, so lots of licorice, very strong this one.
Mm.
You know, complete peppery, like honestly makes my mouth almost numb when you put it in there, honestly.
It does that? I think it's only 43%, right?
Yeah.
43%.
So that's interesting because it tastes like a lot more, very strong, very, you know, full finish, burn down the throat. It's, you know.
Good quality gin though, 500ml bottle.
Yeah, it's solid stuff there. So. Alright, so what do we got to finish up with, bro?
Alright, so next up here, or finally, we're still in South Australia. I suppose we left the strongest gin here as far as taste, I guess you might say, and I think probably maybe also the most expensive out of this.
And unique.
Out of this lot.
So why is it so unique?
Well, this is from Something Wild Beverage Company, which is a distillery in the Adelaide Hills, South Australia again. Yeah. And believe it or not, this is an Australian. This is an Australian gin with dead green ants inside it. I don't know if you can actually see them floating around in their morbid state. There, they don't look particularly happy. Now, you know, the thing is, why green ants, you might ask, is in Aboriginal culture they have a medicinal quality.
Oh, really?
So, you know, if you were a crook, what you would do is go into the green ant nest, grab a few of them, scrunch them up and chuck them down your neck. I don't know if we got a green ant actually in the glass.
No, I didn't get a green ant.
I can see it floating around. That if it come up on YouTube. But Ados, he'll catch that later anyway, the green ants floating around in that.
Yeah, unbelievable.
All right,
this bottle, it's something really special.
Yeah, so now, the ingredients inside this are an Australian finger lime, strawberry gum again, Australian pepperberry, and...
Lemon myrtle?
You guessed it, mate. Lemon myrtle, that's right. So... It's not so bad on the nose.
Yeah, it's not much of a nose.
Not much, a little bit of floral note there.
Yeah, more floral.
Let's give that one a bit of a taste. Whoa, holy mackerel! What is that? What is it? It's like a camphor, sort of almost a bitter.
Yeah,
bitter note to it, like
yeah.
medicinal, bitter, very strange.
What are the notes say? I can't quite pick what they taste like.
What they say is Australian green ants, traditionally favoured by Indigenous societies for their medicinal benefits and protein content. Green ants display vibrant flavours of lime and coriander.
Yeah, coriander.
Coriander.
That's the weird taste.
Right.
So it's like a bunch of botanicals, some citrus flavours.
Yep,
but
just
it's
like
the coriander that gives it that zing, doesn't it?
That's right, just like in your tacos, mate. Tacos in a bottle.
Yeah.
It's a unique bush tucker, hand harvested in the Northern Territory by the Motlop family of the Larrakia people. Nice permit number and a bottle there. Permit. It looks like they have to have a permit number to collect the ants. So I suppose. All right, welcome back. So we'll give the first one to get a My Bottle Shop mark is Archie Rose. So out of 100, Seb, what are you giving this?
73. Didn't quite like it. Sorry. Just was kind of neither here nor there for me in terms of in comparison to, I should say, everything else we tried.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure it was meant to be, like the London Dry, but.
Yeah,
very. A lot more botanicals came through. So
very bland. I'm giving it a 68. I think given you're probably paying, I don't know, maybe $80 or whatever for this bottle. So many better gins out there at that price and at a cheaper price. So 68 for me. Now, next one is our buddies. Now,
yeah.
All right, this. So, Seb, what are you giving this out of
That's
100?
85 for me. It's bloody delicious.
Yep.
It's moved away from the traditional London Dry, but that's not what it is. It's very not too sweet, but it just does it for me. That strawberry hit to a traditional dry gin, unbelievable. And the things I reckon I could do with that is
I'm 100% with you on that one, Seb. I'm giving this, I'm giving this an 88 out of 100. I think it's a fantastic gin. You're right about the strawberry gum notes. It's got a beautiful flavour to it. It's really unique, I think, as far as gins go. And I think you could, mix this up in. You could easily have a really nice martini. You could easily serve this up with their strawberries and tonic. You could honestly put in the grain, serve it whatever. I think it's a great gin and fair value for money. All right, next up, let's give this one a rating. Seb, I'm going to rate this one the Sabre. I'm going to give this a solid 84, so let's say 85 out of 100. I think this is a great product. Little bit of salty note. I think it's got a great finish. Bit of juniper. It's in the Australian. I suppose you could say it's a London Dry style, but it does have that lovely just lemon myrtle finish on it, which is unique. We know, we were just talking about this before, this is a great price point, between 50 and 60 bucks. West Australia, you cannot go wrong.
I mean, I'm going to rate it 82. I can't really add too much more to what you just said because you pretty much encapsulated that. But, there's so many gins on the market right now, especially London Dry gins, and this one does stand up to them.
I think it's a great one.
I think it's a solid gin.
Great
And
gin.
honestly, I agree with everything you just
Great.
said.
And never. So this one here is the triple Juniper. They do have a lot of different styles here. Look, I'm going to give this. These guys got real gin heritage down there in McLaren Vale. So I'm going to give this one a big 88. I think it's up there in the top of Australian gins, right at the pinnacle of the Australian gins. I really do. I know it's the triple Juniper, but I know it's got that Juniper assault on your senses. But
definitely.
I mean, I also know that they do others like the Southern Strength, and they do a few different varieties as well. So experimental guys are at the top of their game. So great gin, I reckon.
Look, I'm going to go completely different. I'm going to go to a 78. Look, it is personal preference here. I'm not that much of a fan of, I don't mind a bit of, obviously, Juniper, but that Juniper hit, it's a bit much for me. It is a personal preference. I definitely wouldn't pick this if I had a choice of gins to go for on a hot summer's day. I would not choose that. But again, I think that comes down to personal preference.
All right, fair enough. That's fair enough. And the last big gun, I guess, which this is polarising gin, you might say, with the ants inside it, and our most expensive here. Seb, what are you nailing onto this one, mate?
I think I'd go at 86. That's just, it's so unique, I love the taste of it. That coriander in the end, I couldn't quite pick. It just made it for me. It honestly made me feel like I was having a full experience, like having a full meal, a gin meal in one drink, in one sip. It was
mate, you probably swallowed one of those ants.
That's why.
Oh well, look, I disagree a little bit. I'm down at 76 out of 100 for that one. I want my gin to be a little bit. I don't mind, have a bit extra juniper, a little bit of lemon myrtle. I don't like the bland. So this one was marked harshly, but I think this one's just too far out there for me. Just that
Too
the whole
experimental.
the whole green ant thing. It's might be great or whatever. The camphor, the bitterness, just too much for a gin, and I think you'd be hard pressed to serve that up in any sort of drink that you're really going to enjoy, other than for the novelty value. So that's my rating out of 100. Well, Seb,
There you go.
that's the end of our gin review. We'll try and bring at least one YouTube review every week. We value the feedback from our subscribers and viewers out there. If there's anything you'd like to see on the channel, whether it's gin, wine, liqueurs,
more whiskey,
rum, more whiskey, more gins, comment,
That's right.
please.
Just
So
let us know,
so we know what you're after.
Always open to the feedback, guys. So thank you once again, and we'll see
All
you
right.
next time.
We'll choke down the last of this green ant gin.
I enjoy it.
All right, we'll see you next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.